Hello friends, today we are going to start a new topic of chapter 9, that is a capital structure. What is meaning of capital structure? Capital structure refers to mix of owners fund and borrow fund. So we are using both of the fund for the different activities in the business. So how much we are using owners fund and how much we are using borrow fund, it is defined in capital structure. It is mentioned in capital structure. So capital structure is a proportion of different kind of securities issued by the company to raise long term finance. So whenever we are going for long term finance, two options are there: owners fund and borrow fund. So whenever you are going for owners fund, you have the choice of equity share, preference share and retained earnings. But whenever you are going for borrowed fund, at that time we have a choice of debentures, loan and public deposit. So when we are comparing both of the things, when in the case of borrow fund, it is a cheaper, but it is a very risky. Why? Because you have to pay the interest and principal amount every year. At the same time, when you are talking about owners fund, it is a less risky, but you have to dilute your control, or you have to dilute your ownership, and you have to share your profits. Whenever we are talking about expenditure, the borrow fund will increase your expenditure, increase your fixed expenditure. Why? Because we are increasing the fixed obligation here. Now in the case of this owners fund, there is no effect on fixed cost due to this owners fund, because you don't have to pay the dividend every year and it is not compulsory. When we are talking about tax liability, interest paid on the debt is deductible as the expenditure, so it is reducing our tax liability. At the same time, whenever we are paying dividend are paid from the profit after tax of the company, so there is no chance like this. So here what is the proportion we are using of owners fund and borrow fund? It is a part of capital structure. It is showing our capital structure. It is also known as a financial leverage or capital budget. It is also known as financial leverage or capital budget. What is the meaning of financial leverage? Financial leverage means proportion of debt and equity used for financing the operations of the business. There is a formula to calculate financial leverage: debt divided by equity, or debt divided by debt plus equity. So overall capital we have, and in that capital, what is a portion of debt? It is showing your financial leverage. So here we can say that our capital structure or company's capital structure is affecting the profitability as well as financial risk. We can say that a capital structure will be said optimal when the proportion of debt and proportion of equity is increasing the value of equity. At the same time, whenever we are taking the decision relating to capital structure, we should have to emphasize on how we can increase the shareholders' wealth. That should be our point. That should be our point for the taking decision related to capital structure. So here we are taking one example. With the help of this, we can understand that how we can, with the help of increasing our debt, we can increase the earning per share. In which condition we have to do this? Let's try to understand with the help of one example. Here you can see the funds, total fund is 30 lakh, interest rate is 10%, tax rate is 30%, earning before interest and tax is 4 lakh rupees. So if you divide the 4 lakhs rupees into total funds, you will get the percentage. That is a rate of return will be 13.33%. So you can compare here. So when we have to pay the interest, that is 10%, but we are earning on our investment, that is 13.33%. So in this condition, it is always preferable to increase our debt. It will be cheaper and it will increase our earning per share, and this is called trade on equity. Why here trade on equity is there? So it is always preferable to use more debt. Why? Because our rate of return is more than interest rate. So in these cases we can use the debt more. So like that way, this practice is called trade on equity. Let's have a look on example. Situation 1, one is a nil, second is a 10 lakhs, and next is a 20 lakh. So let's try to understand here. In all the conditions, you can see here the situation 1, 4 lakh profit is there. Here you can see earning before interest and tax. So first condition, we don't have any kind of loan. So we don't have any kind of loan, so we don't have to pay interest. In second case, 10 lakh rupee loan is there, we have to pay interest of 1 lakh rupees. Second, 20 lakh is there, so interest rate is 20%, 10%, or 2 lakh rupees interest we have to pay. So earning before tax, we have this 4 lakh, 3 lakh and 2 lakh. So tax liability, tax is 30%, so 120, 90 and 60. After that, earning after tax, you can see 280, 210 and 140 is there. So number of shares, here we have a number of shares 10 rupees each, so 3 lakh shares are there. So here 3 lakh shares are there, here 2 lakh shares, and here you can see that is a 10 lakh share. So here it is showing the total fund you are using. Here total fund is there. So total fund, if you are using the no debt, it is a 3 lakh share will be there. If you are using 10 lakh debt, at that time 20,000 our equity will be there. If you are using the 20 lakh rupees, that means you are using the equity of 1 lakh rupees. So it is a mix of all these things. So mix of equity and debt. So here we require total fund of 30 lakh. So here we are not taking any loan. Here we are taking loan of 10 lakh. Here we are taking loan of 20 lakh. So when we are increasing the borrow fund, at that time our equity fund will be reduced. On the basis of that, this calculation is there. So you can see here total 3 lakh share are there. The EPS is 2 lakh 80 divided by 3, that is 0.93 per share, rupees 0.93 per share. Here you can see when we have used the loan of 1 lakh, at that time our earning per share is increased. Again we have debt increase, at that time you can see earning per share is increasing. So this thing is happened when, in which condition this thing is possible? When our rate of return is more than the interest rate. At that time only this earning per share will be increased time year after year. So whenever we are increasing more debt, at that time our earning per share will be increased in our capital structure. There is another example which is the same example, but here the amount of profit is reduced, that is rupees 2 lakh rupees only. So here you can see the profit, the same amount of investment is there, everything is same, but here the profit is only 2 lakh rupees. That means when we calculate the rate of return, it will be 6.67. It will become half, you can say like that, and interest rate is 10%. So we can see that interest rate is higher than our rate of return. In that cases, what will happen? In that cases, our earning per share will be reduced when we are increasing the debt of the company. So first have a look. In first condition, there was a no loan from other side, no debt, no borrow fund was used. At that time earning per share is, you can see here, that is a 0.47 rupees. And here when we increase the debt of 1 lakh rupees, at that time you can see it is reduced to 35 paisa. And when you are using the 2 lakh rupees debt, at that time you can see there is a no profit and there is a no earning per share. And this thing is happening when this thing is happening when the interest rate is higher than our rate of return. At that time, if you increase the debt, your earning per share will be decreased all the time. So it is not preferable. You don't have to use the debt when the interest rates are higher. Okay, I hope you understand, friends. Thank you very much.